6 है ना पहले
जी।
Assalamu alaikum, all of you, 6th class students. Are you listening me? We will start our lecture. As you know that our chapter's name is An Introduction to South Asia. Do you know? Okay. Now, today we will discuss about actually we have two topics. First topic is important cities of South Asian countries, and second topic is issues which are facing South Asian countries. We will discuss these issues. Is it clear? Okay, let's start. You can see a slide on your screens as well. Important cities with the name important cities of South Asia. So first we can see that basically South Asia is seen as an agricultural region with a vast network villages. It means South Asian countries are mostly agricultural countries, and they depend on their agriculture, and most of the villages are present in this region. Is it clear? Next is, but it also developed modern cities, of which are planned, but most of them are developed without planning. It means most of the cities are developed modern cities, but most of the cities are as well unplanned. यानी इसका मतलब है कि वो बिल्कुल भी planned नहीं है. These cities are not planned, pre-planned. It means pre-planned cities. Uh, Randomly, these cities were built. Is it clear? So, some of the well-known cities of South Asia are as follows. Now we will discuss and we will see which are the cities of South Asia are very important or most important in this region, and why these cities are important. First one is Karachi. It is our city. It is the largest city of Pakistan with a population of around 20 million. Karachi was the capital of Pakistan from 1947 to 1962. Underline these lines in your book, and on page number 22. Page number 22, beta. Alina, it is page number 22. You can see these lines also on your book, and you can underline these books as well. These lines on your book as well. Okay, second line is, आप उसको देख सकते हैं. Karachi was the capital of Pakistan from 1947 to 1962. 62. Nowadays, which one is the capital of Pakistan? Yes, Islamabad. Later, it was shifted in Islamabad. It means capital of Pakistan was shifted in Islamabad after 1962. Okay. A Hindu trader originally started the city around 1720. This city was originally started in 1720. Later on in the 19th century, it was developed in modern city by British. When British rule started and British came here, they developed this city from start, and they developed into modern style. Is it clear? Jamshed Firoz was popular, known as the father of the Karachi. Why father of the Karachi? Underline these lines. Because he shared much in the development of this city, as he contributed a lot in its development. It means when this city was started, then Jamshed Feroz contributed a lot in its development. Is it clear? He was also the first mayor of Karachi. It means mayor means a person who has authority for the taking decision for the development of a city. Is it clear? So he was also the first mayor of Karachi. Who was also the first mayor of Karachi? Jamshed Firoz, and he was called. What was he called? Father of Karachi. Right? Underline these lines in your book on page number 22. Important places of Karachi. Empress Market is very famous. Mazar-e-Qaid and Clifton Beach. And you know very well about these two buildings or these two things, Clifton Beach and Mazar-e-Qaid. Next one is Mumbai, which was called Bombay in past, but nowadays it is called with the name Mumbai. They have changed the name Mumbai. Is it clear? Capital of Maharashtra and an important seaport. This is the city of actually India. Is it clear? Second largest city of India. Quaid-e-Azam practiced a young lawyer in this city. When Quaid-e-Azam passed his degree of law, then he started his practice in this city. Practice means he started his work as a lawyer in the court of Mumbai, and that time it was called Bombay. Is it clear? Beta, you can see on your book, these all cities are present on your book on page number 22, 23. Accordingly, आपको इसको देखें, चेक करें और जहाँ जहाँ cities के नेम है वहाँ से click करें. Is it clear? We are telling you about the most important cities of South Asia. Right? Now the last line, the people of the Mumbai built Jinnah Hall in the recognition of his services. Whom services? Quaid-e-Azam's services. Is it clear? The people of Mumbai built Jinnah Hall. It is the name of a hall in recognition of his services. These are the important buildings, gateway or important places. Gateway of India, Taj Hotel. This is the hotel, and Gateway of India. The name of this building is Gateway of India. Chowpatty Beach. Area's name is Chowpatty, so this is called Chowpatty Beach and Victoria Terminal. Now, Dhaka. In past, it is called Dhaka. Are you listening me? If you have any problem, please tell me. Okay. National capital of Bangladesh. Jahangir made it is the city of Bangladesh and also the capital of Bangladesh. Jahangir made it the capital of Bengal in 1608. Please underline these lines in your book. These are most important lines. Okay, well done. Good. When Pakistan came into being in 1947, it was the provincial capital of East Pakistan. As I have told you in our last or previous lecture, that in the starting days when Pakistan came into being in 1947 till 1971, Bangladesh was a part of Pakistan with the name of East Pakistan. At that time, today we are having four provinces. At that time, Pakistan had two provinces with the name West Pakistan and East Pakistan, and East Pakistan was the name of Bangladesh. And in 1971, Bangladesh was being separated with Pakistan, and it is called nowadays Bangladesh, and Dhaka is the capital of Bangladesh. Is it clear? It has over 700 mosques. It has 700 mosques and is something called the city of, sometimes it is called the city of masjids. Obviously, where there are 700 mosques, obviously it should be called the city of masjids or city of mosques. Okay, these are the important places or famous places and buildings of Bangladesh. Lal Bagh Fort, fort means ओके इसको आप अगर बोलेंगे उर्दू में तो ये किला किला बोलेंगे इसको ठीक है लाल बाग फोर्ट देन टॉम्ब ऑफ परी बीबी एंड नेशनल पार्लियामेंट बिल्डिंग नेक्स्ट वन इज Kathmandu means wood market. Is it clear? What does it mean? Wood market. The word of Kathmandu has a meaning of wood market. Please underline these important lines which are on your page number 24, 23, 22, 23, and this is on your book on page number 24. It is a major tourist attraction as well as the city of development activities in this region. So this is the attraction of tourism. Tourism means the people from other countries of the all over the world come here and visit these buildings, and they enjoy it, and they visit these buildings. So these people are called tourists. Is it clear? Royal Palace. This is the palace, and Temple of Bodhnath. This is the temple. Okay, next is Thimphu. In past, it is called Thimphu. Thimphu. Clear? Capital of Bhutan. It is the capital of Bhutan. Does not have an airport or a railway station. Is connected to India through our road system. And Bhutan is a landlocked country. As I told you earlier, what is the meaning of landlocked country? Which country has no sea or no coastal area, and all its trade is connected to India through our road system. It is connected to India through our road system, and all the trade of Bhutan is possible through Indian way or Indian route. Is it clear? They use Indian route for their trade because they do not have any airport or railway station. Is it clear? It is a pleasant hill station where the royal family where the royal family was and royal fort was situated. and in past, but it is also situated there, and it is a hill station basically. It is a because of this they do not have any type of airport or railway station because it is a hill station. And on the hill station, it is not possible to build any type of railway station or airport. The city also has many beautiful monasteries and temples. Monasteries mean religious places. Monasteries means write down the meaning of this word in your book or in your notebook. And temples. Temples are also religious places. Now, meal. You can see at the background of these points, in the background, you can see this is an island. And I have told you earlier in my previous lecture that Maldives is an island. Capital of Male is the capital of Maldives, situated on a beautiful atoll. What is the meaning of atoll? You can see in your screen on your screens in a bracket, and you can write the meaning of atoll in your notebook. A ring shaped island or a ring of island, and you can see this island, it has almost like a ring. Is it clear? Okay, beta, answer me, give me response. Are you listening me? Are you listening me? And you can tell me that you are understanding. Are you understanding this lecture or any problem? Are you enjoying? Okay, good, beta. Good. Okay, beta. Dua, Iman, Marusha, Jawad. Okay, okay, okay. Well done. Great. You are behaving good students, like good students. I'm very glad. Okay, beta, at the end of our lecture, if that if I got time, then I will explain you again. Main activities are fishing and selling coconut products. It means their profession is most of the people have the profession of fishing. Why fishing is their profession or or way of occupation? Why? Because this is an island and it is rich in the fishing and selling coconut products. Okay, thank you, beta. Alina, beta, thank you. Okay, Miram, thanks a lot. Jazakallah. Okay. Next one is Colombo, largest city of Sri Lanka. Is it clear? Previously, it was called Kalan Tota. Is it clear? Kelani Ferry. These are the previous names of Sri Lanka. But the Arab merchants mean traders, and sailors, because it is also an island. I have told you earlier in my previous lecture that Sri Lanka is also an island. So the Arab merchants, it means traders, and sailors distorted the name to Colombo. Colombo with K, and now Colombo starts with C. Is it clear? And the protagonist changes it to Colombo in the honor of the famous sailor Christopher Columbus in 1517 AD. Is it clear? Okay. Okay, beta. These were the important cities of South Asian region. Now we are starting our topic number 2. As I told you on the start of our lecture, that we have today two topics. So we have completed the topic number 1, and now we are starting topic number 2, and which one is issues in South Asia. Okay, and the first one is illiteracy. Is it clear? Illiteracy. Okay. Literacy rate is very low in the countries of South Asia. Due to this, it becomes more difficult for them to change themselves according to the changing world. So, South Asia is our developing region. As you know, most of the countries are developing countries, they are not developed countries. The most important issue of this region is illiteracy. Means most of the people in these 7 countries are uneducated. Illiteracy means uneducated. Even they do not know how to write their names and other issues which are related to illiteracy. All other issues are also related to illiteracy, because when people do not have awareness about their rights, about their conflicts. Conflicts mean different type of issues. They, if they do not know how to read and write, how to aware their issues, their rights, then all the issues of South Asian countries are centralized with illiteracy. Illiteracy is the central or main issue of this region. Is it clear? What are you saying, Lina beta? Okay. But I will tell you about Christopher Columbus in our next chapters, obviously. And I will, inshallah, tell you in detail. Okay. So please focus on your screens, because these issues are very important, and you can be focused on your lecture. So, beta, illiteracy means uneducated people. So those people who do not know how to read and write, they are called illiterate people. So, literacy means and those people who know how to read and write, educated people. So, literacy rate is very low in the countries of South Asia. Only Maldives is a country which have very high literacy rate. Please underline these lines in your books and write down the important points or meaning of the important words in your notebook. Okay, we are talking about the issues in South Asia, and which is in your book on page number 25. So, next one is regional conflicts. Many countries in South Asia have long lasting disputes. Disputes mean conflicts mean disputes. Is it clear? Conflicts mean disputes. Disputes about any territory, disputes and on any type of the piece of land, or on any type of area, or any other issue. If two countries are not agree on one point, this is called a conflict. Is it clear? Okay, beta. Please be focused. Yes, beta. Yes, Meera. Pakistan and India have fought 3 wars since 1947 over Kashmir and Bangladesh. So, due to this, Regional conflicts are very important in the issues of South Asian country, and India has also had conflict with China and once even with Sri Lanka. So these are the most important conflicts between the South Asian countries. Kashmir is a major dispute between India and Pakistan. These two countries also fought a war because of Bangladesh in 1971. As I told you that Bangladesh was the part of Pakistan in the with the name East Pakistan, and when Pakistan came into being, it was a part of Pakistan. So in 1971, it was separated. So Pakistan and India on this dispute and on this conflict, Pakistan and India also fought in 1971 a war. In these wars and in the wars, people are killed, and also valuable properties are destroyed in these wars. And if there is any type of war, people killed and many valuable properties are destroyed. So war is not good. So the Kashmir is a major dispute between India and Pakistan since 1947 till now. India has also conflict with China. India and China had also a major dispute between them, and it is the dispute on the area or the region of Ladakh. And once even with Sri Lanka. India has also a dispute with Sri Lanka. If these disputes can be resolved, then there will an increase in trade and peaceful activities in this region. So, if these disputes can be resolved through table talks or through discussions, they can be a increase in trade and peaceful activities, right? So, how these disputes can be resolved? These disputes can be resolved through table talks and through discussions, not instead of war. Is it clear? Through table talks and through discussions instead of war. Next is population explosion. It is the increase of population, increase in the number of population. If the population of a country exceeds its natural resources, then it can create problem. So the due to this, all people would not get proper and good housing, proper food, and they would not be able to get education. The population in the countries of South Asia, especially in Pakistan and India, has far exceed its natural resources. So it means in Pakistan and India, the number of the population is very high as compared to resources they have. Because of this, these countries these two countries are still developing countries, and with the high rate of population, they are unable to get much progress. Is it clear? Okay. Next one is women's rights and problems. Due to poor medical facilities, many women die giving birth to the babies. Also, they are facing problems in getting their basic rights. These are the two major problems. These are two major problems. Beta Jawad, don't you worry about attendance. Please be focused towards your lecture. These are two major problems, and first one is the less medication or the less facilities of medication. And second one is the awareness of about their rights, awareness about their rights, how they can be aware from their rights. So because proper medical facilities, first of all, we can see the first point, because of proper medical facilities are not available in these countries. Also, they are facing problems in getting their basic rights also, but they have no proper medical facilities in most of the South Asian countries. So they should increase their facilities. They should build new hospitals, and developed countries should help. They must help these countries for increasing their medical facilities. So second point is human rights and also the rights of the women. So first of all, we will talk about the and we will discuss about the rights of the women. Although women must have the rights to live, right to property, and right to decision. Most important thing is right to decision. So in many parts of the South Asian regions and also in many parts of the South Asian countries, there are tribal customs. Tribal customs prevent women from obtaining their rights, mostly in the tribal areas of South Asian region. The tribal people do not allow the women to take any type of decision or to take part any type of family discussion, or they do not give the right to property to their women. So how can they be aware from their rights? They can be aware their rights to education. If they get education, if they are educated, so they can be aware of for their rights. Is it clear? So as I told you that all the issues are connected with illiteracy. So all the countries should try to increase their literacy rate. Alina beta, please be focused. Okay, next one is human rights. Our next chapter is also based on human rights. So what? So in our next lecture, I will explain you in detail about the human rights, and only I will tell you about the human rights. The human rights are right to live, right to get education, right to buy your property. All these rights are called human rights. So these are the environmental problems which are facing South Asian countries. And what are these environmental problems? These are like deforestation and desertification. Deforestation means cutting down of the forest. Because of this, we are facing global warming, and running out of the natural resources are also causing problems in South Asia as well as in the whole world. So, beta, these are the major issues of South Asian region. We will meet inshallah in our next lecture with new chapter, human rights. Take care. Allah Hafiz.